So hello everyone, let us start with the current affair, and here you can see the tobacco plant which is here. Now why tobacco plant is here? Because recently WHO report says that WHO global report on trends in prevalence of tobacco use, that is 2000 to 2024. So there is a recent WHO report which has been published, and it shows about what is the status of actually the use of tobacco globally and in Indian perspective. Now this article is very important because every time when we see such data related to drugs or tobacco or such misuse of the things, we always see that things are increasing. But this is one of the positive news which you will see that WHO says that globally, worldwide, the use of tobacco has been decreased. So the decline in global tobacco use, the global prevalence of current tobacco use among adults significantly dropped from 26.2% to 19.5%, that is in 2024. So this is one of the aspect which you will see. Lekin, this is also one of the positive news. So if UPSC asks you that the global use of tobacco has been increased, so the statement is wrong, because when we compare the situation of 2010 to 2024, the number has been decreased. Halaki the number which has been decreased is not more या फिर बहुत ज़्यादा, it's not a very good number कि भाई यहाँ very large difference can't be seen, but the point is that yes, globally it has been decreased. So that's why if UPSC asks you such statement, so this statement will be right. Don't put your logic there कि नहीं हमेशा majorly the tobacco use मतलब ये तो increase ही होगा. That's not like true. It has been declined globally when we compare the situation, that is 2010 to 2024. Now despite this reduction, still this is prevalent in the society कि 5 में से out of 5, 1 individual or adult is worldwide is actually addicted to the tobacco use directly or indirectly. Now there is one more concern specifically from Indian point of view also. E-cigarettes are growing. So the acts which are related to e-cigarettes and what are the provisions which is related to the ban of cigarette also becomes very important. And the another particular data which is very actually kind of a scary data, that the tobacco use, drug use, the number of the users of these particular substances like tobacco and drug, majority of the students are or kids are actually from 10 to 15 years. So this is also one of the concern. And when we see the global trend of this tobacco consumption, so good number of particular children who are 15 and above, they are also actually addicted to tobacco, and among youngsters only and among this particular age only, teenagers only, majority of the worldwide students or kids, they are actually consuming e-cigarette. So this is the major or new fear, you will say, it has been unlocked recently, that majority of the kids are now are actually using e-cigarette. So that is the concern. So rising popularity of e-cigarette, more than 100 million people worldwide use e-cigarette. That is the major concern of this data which it is showing. Now let us see what is the Indian perspective. Indian perspective mein obviously the tobacco use is one of the prominent use. In fact, the majority of the people of Meghalaya, they are actually dying of your cancer. Meghalaya is slowly becoming the capital state of the country. Now what is the reason? Majority of the people, including girls, including male and female, they are getting a particular क्या बोलते हैं, the cancer which is your throat cancer. And what is the reason? That is the consumption of tobacco. So northeast and specifically Meghalaya is the particular state which is highly consuming basically your tobacco, because of which Meghalaya is becoming one of the capital state of your India. So when we compare to the worldwide and Indian situation, still the number of users are actually very high. जैसे कि in 2024 India accounted for approximately 243.48 million tobacco users and 15 plus above. Yani ki 15 and plus people, they are, this is the number which you will see. This is not only the number of adults or 18 plus, this is actually the number of 15 plus. That is itself a very alarming kind of data which you will see, that is 243.48 million. And WHO ka there is a goal, that is a WHO NCD goal, that is non-communicable diseases goal, and they are seeing it as part of your non-communicable diseases wala part. So by 2025 they have set an target कि कुछ हद तक we will going to reduce the particular non-communicable disease, but after seeing such data actually this particular thing is looking thoda sa kam achievable. So India on track to meet WHO NCD target. India expected to relative reduction of tobacco use prevalence between 2010 and 25, that is substantially high, which was projected 43%, but still only 30% of the reduction by 2025 can be seen. The target was set up around by your WHO NCD, WHO, that is around 2010 and 11. But when we see the current data, that is the 2010 से 2025 का the barrier has been kept कि we will see how these non-communicable diseases reduce and how the tobacco use reduces in the country. But the target was approx 43%, but the target which we were able to achieve is only 30%. Still better, but yes, still it is an alarming kind of a data. So WHO NCD target to achieve 30% of the reduction in particularly tobacco use by 2025. Still 2025 is not yet not end. So we will see ki what is the situation of what could be the possible situation after the end of this particular year, that is 2025. So this is the what data says. Now, what are the Indian steps? This is very important. Here we are just going through individually ki bhai chota chota ki what are the articles and act which is related to the curbing of such kind of particular use of tobacco, but these individually act become very important this year from examination point of view. Specifically Prohibition of Electronic Cigarettes Act 2019, because when we actually see the data related to global tobacco use, but individually we are more concerned about e-cigarette. So the particular act which is related to the banning of e-cigarettes in India, that is Prohibition of Electronic Cigarettes Act 2019, becomes more important as compared to the global other acts which are mentioned here. So what are the particular steps has been taken by India to curb such tobacco use? So the steps is number 1, Cigarette and Other Tobacco Product Act, that is known as COTPA. 2003 mein this act came into the picture, and the aim is of this particular act to reduce the smoking and tobacco consumption, specifically adults to hai, but also among the kids or also among the youngsters or the basically the people who are below your 18 age. So prohibition of smoking in the public places, ban on sale of tobacco, production of the minors, products to the minors, and etc. So if any particular minor below 18, actually it goes to any of the particular shop where they are selling these kind of a tobacco and tobacco related products. So if government find out that कि हाँ भाई एक बच्चा जा रहा है लेने के लिए, then it is actually a crime under your COTPA, that is your Cigarettes and Other Tobacco Products Act. So आपका लेने वाला, जैसे for example I am under 18 और मैं जा रही हूँ किसी ऐसी particular shop पे, पनवाड़ी की shop पे, and I am just asking for a cigarette or any kind of a tobacco related product, then I am also committing a crime, and the individual who is selling it is also actually, the individual is also committing a crime. So both of us will be punished under this act. So this is the first particular act which has been taken or initiated by government to stop the use of basically your cigarettes and tobacco. Cigarette, the another act is Cigarette and Tobacco, that is COTPA Amendment Act, which includes Packaging and Labeling Amendment Rule 2022. Now you can see that कि बहुत अजीब सा, there's a very kind of a horror, a very scary kind of a picture is actually posted on the packets of cigarettes and your tobacco. This is actually amendment, it has been amended when in 2022, when this COTPA has been amended in 2022. So it is just an image to show that कि भाई it is such a dangerous thing that you should stop consuming it. But people are people. Still it is prevalent in the system. Still the people who are selling this, they are actually earning a very good money on a daily basis, and still it is a problem in the society. So cigarette and the other tobacco products, that is Packaging and Labeling Amendment Rule, provided images for display and package with health warnings, but still you can say majority of the people are still actually part of this particular consumption of tobacco. Now the another particular initiative is National Tobacco Control Program. Obviously under this when such programs are taken, taken place or taking place. The initiative or the aim and objective of this program or such kind of program is to stop or spread awareness. So same, the particular program has been taken to create awareness and reduce the production and supply of tobacco product. But still, we are one of the second largest producer and second largest exporter of the world when we compare to the other products, that is we like in the worldwide. We are the second largest producer of tobacco and we are the second largest exporter of tobacco. This is also the data which you will see. So, Prohibition of Electronic Cigarettes Act 2019. This is very important act from this year perspective. Chances are very high. Prelims maybe they can ask you from all these acts which are present here. Plus mains perspective se they can ask you about what is prohibition of electric, ya fir they can ask you what is COTPA Act 2003 and what are the amendments has been done in 2022. So such questions can also be asked in mains perspective. So it's your homework, go and just make a detailed notes of such acts which you are seeing here. So that's why these steps becomes very important from examination point of view. Now let us see what is the climatic conditions which requires for the production of such tobacco. So tobacco mein the largest number of, like which state is the largest producer in India of tobacco? That is your Gujarat. So Gujarat is the largest producer of tobacco in India. So majorly this is not originally our product, it has been started from South America. ठीक है, what are the climatic conditions require? So wide range of climate require, but majorly it need a frost free, that is 90 to 120 days. यानी frost free यानी कि ठंडा नहीं चाहिए. It needs an average temperature of 20 to 30 degree Celsius. This is the ideal temperature. यानी कि you can say this period is the favorable period for the growing of tobacco. That is temperature 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, minimum rainfall of 50 mm and soil is well drained sandy or alluvial soil with good fertility. So this is the quality of soil which they required, and alluvial soil is majorly present in the Ganga belt region and the riverside region. So that's why majority of the north is actually growing such kind of crops which you will see. Now UPSC can give you the same condition in a paragraph form and they can give you four options below and they can ask you which the above particular paragraph or the above given conditions are talking about which particular ingredient, plant or a crop or anything they can give you. So the answer is tobacco. So this is the climatic condition which you will see which is mentioned here. This was also the trend of question which was followed by UPSC, but from past 2-3 years we can't see such questions ki paragraph base pe they are asking you ki whole they have given the detailed information about that particular city, that particular site or anything, and they are asking you कि भाई कौन सी site है. The above characteristics talks about which of the following sites. So these types of question not given, but yes, we should prepare of all the particular situations UPSC can send towards us. So please we should be ready with all the ifs and buts. So this is the particular thing. Now India status which we have already discussed, we are the second largest producer after China and the second largest exporter after Brazil. So Brazil is our competitor not only in tobacco, but Brazil is also our competitor for the growing of sugarcane also. So we have competition with Brazil in growing of sugarcane also. So this is the particular data which says, so we are the second largest producer after China and second largest exporter after Brazil. Which are the following states are major producer? Gujarat 30%, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, UP and Bihar. These are the states majorly where you will see the production of tobacco is taking place. So this is very important data because time to time UPSC asks such statements based question in UPSC prelims ka paper. So please make sure you are aware of such data which are present here. Now this is a tobacco tree. So this is, in short we can say this is a kind of a cigarette or kind of a things which are used for the use as a tobacco is used as an ingredient. So these are the three major parts of basically tobacco and individually they are filled here. So every particular part of this tobacco plant is actually used or fixed in a different places. So this is in short just an extra information. Chances are very less that UPSC can ask you such questions, but yes, just for an extra information ki every individual part of this plant is used as a filler in this particular area. So this is actually the thing or tobacco anatomy which you will see. So hope so everything is clear from this article. Now this is also one of the particular article which is not new. The particular statement which we will, the particular act or treaty which we are actually about to talk is not something new. It has been initiated very, like when there was a USSR, but now again it is in news because Russia and USA, they are trying to improve their relationship. Jaise time to time initiatives has been taken, so this is also one of the initiative which has been taken to improve the relationship between both the countries. But for us the treaty is important which they are actually trying to recover, or on which they are actually talking about. So this is a new start treaty. Just forget about new. The START treaty is the main treaty which talks about reduction of the arms. Abhi we will see what is the full form of START, but actually it was a START treaty, but now they have been, because from last few years when there was when the relationship between Russia and Ukraine is Russia and USA is declining, they have started talking about कि let us give a new start. मतलब start तो already है, but let us now give a new particular thing to that, start to that initiative, that is your new start treaty. Now Russia has expressed a positive response to USA President remarks endorsing its proposal to extend adherence to the New START treaty nuclear arm limitation for an additional year. So this is actually the particular news which is actually recently highlighted. Now we will going to see basically what is this New START treaty, what is the background of this START treaty, and what is the current situation, and what now these government are trying to do, or how they are trying to revive this treaty. First of all, the New START treaty, or START means Strategic Arm Reduction Treaty. We also know that ki USA and Russia are the major, particularly countries which have major warheads, yani ki a good number of worldwide warheads are with them. So Russia and USA hold 87% of the world nuclear warheads, 5,459 and 5,177 respectively, enough for the multiple global destruction. And now what is this aim of New START, we will again see, but we already know that ki these two countries are the particular countries which have the major particular warheads. So they also know that ki we have potential to destruct, or we have potential to destroy any of the country in the world. So that's why these both countries, they have signed a treaty, that is a START treaty, by saying that we will going to stop this arm race, we will going to reduce the production of these warheads, so that in future गुस्से में आके war like situation में we don't destroy each other's country, or we don't destroy each other's people, and which could leads to a different kind of effects later on. Like we know that what are the effects of the war: loss of economy, loss of humanitarian, loss of humanity. Matlab almost economy is dead after these wars, and individual have to revive again, which takes on an average 50 and 60 years, next 50-60 years to revive. So that's why these two countries initially they know that ki yes, we are one of the superpowers, we are one of these major powers, and if we will indulge in such a rivalry, arms weapon race, or arms kind of a war, then definitely we will destroy a lot of the countries. So let us sign a particular treaty, that is START treaty, and under which we will going to reduce the production, or reduce the basically this production of warheads or nuclear weapons. Now New START is actually the kind of again they are reviving this particular START treaty, so that now again from a new fresh they can reduce this arm race, they can reduce the use of such arms and weapons in the scenario of the war and in the world scenario. So that is what the treaty in short is talking about. So New START treaty, Strategic Arm Reduction Treaty, is a bilateral nuclear arm control agreement between USA and Russia. We are saying bilateral. Bilateral का मतलब ही होता है between two. Bi means two. So this is actually bilateral treaty only between USA and Russia. No third party intermediation is there. It aims to limit and reduce the strategic offensive arms like long range nuclear weapons, which is possessed by both the nation, and they actually try to make sure कि less and less use and production of such, less and less use of such arms and nuclear weapons should be done by these, specifically under this treaty, by these two countries. And this treaty was initially signed between USA and USSR. So the origin of START 1 treaty was signed in 1991 between USA and USSR, which came into force into 1994. Until 1994, already Russia has been formed, because before 1991 it was USSR, which includes some part of Europe and some parts of Central Asian country. But after disintegration of USSR, that is in 1991, already Russia has came into the picture. So in short, that particular treaty was between Russia, USA. Earlier it was USA and USSR, but after disintegration of USSR in 1991, this treaty was between, when it came into the picture, that is in 1994, then this treaty automatically was between USA and Russia. So this was the beginning of this particular treaty. And then again a new START treaty was not initially signed by your Trump and your Putin. This new START treaty was actually signed by between two individuals, that is Obama and your president Medvedev. Those time pe jo president tha, Russian president Dmitry Medvedev, whatever the name is, but yes, Dmitry Medvedev was actually the individual. Russian names are very hard to pronounce, but yes, these are the individual who signed this treaty in 2010. But now, in that time only, they have said that the limit of this treaty is till 2026. And then in 2026, the ministers who are sitting in the platform, they will decide ki kitne time tak, like till how much time this particular new treaty will going to be exceed. So that's why this was initially signed. This was signed in 2010 between Obama and the president of Russia at that time, and it entered into force in 2011. And now individually, the particularly and at that time under this new treaty agreement, it was signed that the limit of this will be 2026. Already we are in 2025. In 2022, when Ukraine have started, after 2021 Ukraine-Russia war has been started, Russia has informed basically USA that I will not going to follow the new treaty agreement. I will not going to follow whatever the agreement which has been signed to stop and to reduce the use of war and weapon. So don't force me and don't actually make me more angry after saying again and again, poking me with this new START treaty. So into the moment Ukraine-Russia war has been started, this particular treaty has been loosened its relevance. So now they are again trying to revive this particular treaty, which was signed in 2010, came into force in 2011. What are the provision? So two major provisions are there. Number one, limit the warheads, yani limit the production of warheads, and obviously stop the basically supply of a warhead. So these are the majorly two provisions which are actually related to this particular treaty. This is the data which we have already saw कि भाई इतने warheads हैं. New START treaties aim to slow the arms race, and its suspension leaves a dangerous gap. So this is what the thing is. Now 2021 में again Biden administration and Russia, they have met and they said that it will be extended to 2026 February. But जैसे ही war has been started, they have actually said I will not going to proceed with the same kind of treaty. But now again to improve relationship with Russia, USA is saying that कि चलो let us work on this new particular treaty. So these are the particular, this is in short the story which you will see here. But now situation, still we don't believe that, still actually by seeing the nature of the Trump, still we can't say that कि this new treaty will be a successful kind of a mediator between two particular countries by seeing the situation right now. So this is the aspect. Now other thing which is important from the same article, what are the other treaties which are actually responsible for stop this production of nuclear weapons? So there are such treaties, that is first of all Nuclear Proliferation Treaty, that is known as NPT. The Treaty of Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, that is known as NPT, and which was signed in 1968. Another one is your CTBT, that is Comprehension Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, and another one is your Treaty on Prohibition of Nuclear Weapon, that is known as TPNV. So these three are the major kind of, you will see, to stop the production of nuclear weapons. These are the three major agreements which you will see. And specifically this is important because India is forced to sign this NPT, that is Non-Nuclear Proliferation Treaty, but India is not a signatory to Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Why? पहले समझ लेते हैं what is this treaty. This treaty also talks about that individual country who are signatory of this NPT, they will going to stop the production of nuclear weapon. They will even going to stop the any kind of nuclear weapon or any kind of weapon production will be stopped by them, and they will going to limit their uranium intake as well, because uranium is also one of the prominent thing which is required for the development of nuclear weapon. So these are the provision, terms and conditions which are under NPT. But the major signatories of this particular agreement is your USA, Russia, China. These are the major power who are already developing. They are one of the major, they are having more than 5,000 warheads, and they are continuously in a process of constructing or making such nuclear weapons and warheads. And they are saying ki bhai you, and they are forcing country like India ki you should sign this NPT and you should stop production of nuclear weapon. So India said that we don't believe in such kind of a rhetoric behavior, we don't believe such kind of a shosha, we don't want to sign NPT, and we will going to produce basically such nuclear weapon. But yes, our policy is no first use policy, yani ki until unless individual country is not poking us, we will not going to use our nuclear weapons. So that's why this is very important fact. India is not a signatory to NPT, even Pakistan is not signatory to NPT, that is non-nuclear proliferation treaty. So, prevent nuclear weapon spread, promote disarmament and support peaceful nuclear energy use, recognizes 5 nuclear weapon states, USA, Russia, UK, France and China. So, these all particular 5 countries are signatory to this, but out of which 3 countries are already the one who are the major players in nuclear warhead and who are already the one who are involved in such war-like situation. They are supplying weapon on an open scale. Russia is in directly war with basically Ukraine. USA is actually bombing Iran. So, the USA is supporting Israel, which is actually in war with major countries, Arab countries and basically the other parts of the world. So how they can say that, ki bhai, how they can force India to sign NPT? So that's why India has not basically signed this agreement, that is NPT. Now, comprehensive nuclear test ban treaty, it shows that कि भाई अभी कोई भी न्यूक्लियर होता है, सो वी फर्स्ट टेस्ट दैट न्यूक्लियर कि भाई इज दैट वर्थ, कोई भी मिस हैपनिंग तो ना हो या किस तरीके इट्स वर्किंग गुड और नॉट, मतलब वी ऑलवेज डू टेस्टिंग. जैसे पोखरान टेस्ट हैज़ बीन डन बाय India, which is also known as Smiling Buddha. So basically, comprehensive जो test ban treaty है, it actually gives an authority. The aim is to stop such testing of such particular nuclear weapons so that in future के लिए कोई भी harmful situation arise ना हो. So, but still it is not majorly implemented. This is the concern which you will also see. So this was initiated in 1996 to prohibit all nuclear explosions for testing purposes, and it is not yet entered in the force. This is also the thing which you will see. Treaty and the prohibition of basically क्या बोलते हैं nuclear weapon, the aim which came into 2017, aim is to ban all the nuclear weapons, ban all the testing, ban all the possession, but the point is that no one is listening to such treaties. Despite they are signatories, despite they are one of the major players of such treaties, still this shows that these treaties are just for a naming. They are not actually that effective how they should be. That's why you can't force any country to sign these treaty, because the people who are already signatory, they are even not following the particular terms and conditions which are mentioned here. So these are the major initiatives which is related to nuclear weapon management. Now, tigers से related, what is the project? During the Wildlife Week 2025 celebration at the Forest Research Institute, Dehradun, the Union Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change launched 5 new conservation projects and 4 national level wildlife monitoring program, including the Tiger Outside Tiger Reserve project, TOTR project. Now, what is TOTR project? So it is an initiative which has been taken by Ministry of Forest and Climate Change, and aim is basically to stop, the major aim of this particular initiative of that related to tiger is to stop the human and animal conflict. Because according to the data and surveys, a lot number of cases has been registered specifically in the areas or the zone which are very close to such wildlife sanctuaries and tiger reserves, ki continuously there is a human and animal conflict, and when we compare to the tiger situation, a lot of deaths are occurring on the daily basis. Like tiger is actually hunting lot of particularly individuals or human in the area who are living to such wildlife sanctuary areas, close by such areas or close by to the tiger reserve area. So this is also one of the concern. So that's why this initiative has been taken, Tiger Outside Tiger Reserve initiative, and it is under your NTCA, that is National Tiger Conservation Authority, which works for the conservation of tiger in the country. And this is an initiative for 2 to 3 years, 25 to 28, and under this they are actually giving on an average 88.7 CR, so that more and more kind of development and production or protection of tigers and people can be done under this Tiger Outside Tiger Reserve initiative. So this is one of the major initiative you will see. Objective number 1, reduce human tiger conflict. This is the main concern and objective of this initiative. Reduce human tiger conflict, ठीक है. Protect disappearing tigers. Obviously lot of tigers are dying, lot of tigers is actually have been illegally hunted or poached. That is also one of the concern. Despite being the number of population is less in our country, still hunting and poaching is one of the major concern which you will see. So to reduce the human animal conflict, number second, to protect the disappearing tigers, this initiative has been taken, and obviously to promote tourism and peaceful coexistence among the forest area and the people. That is also one of the concern or objective of this particular initiative which you will see. Now this is very important from prelims factual perspective. They can ask you facts, these are very important. Now if they ask you kya this initiative is applied to all the parts of the country, so answer is nahi. This particular initiative is only currently as a pilot basis, it is only covering 80 forest divisions, which includes your 17 tiger range states. So 17 tiger range states are included right now only. So if UPSC asks you all the particular states are part of this tiger ka initiative, so answer is no, only 17 tiger range state, which includes your MP, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Uttarakhand, Assam, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal and Arunachal Pradesh. So these are the particular tiger range states which are currently the part of this initiative, which is part of this initiative, that is particular. So please make sure you are aware of such particular states ka information. This is one of the key information. So UPSC can ask you in particularly prelims perspective. So you should not get confused ki kahan applicable hai. Now they will going to use proper GPS tracking, drone ka surveillance, AI based early warning system and proper surveillance system will be used. Yani ki properly we are using AI and AI related system so that we can look after the surveillance method, we can trace the movement of the elephants, we can actually work on the protection and surveillance of such tigers and their movement. So this is also one of the particularly important aspect of feature of this particular initiative. Community participation. Government is not only the one who is looking after this. They are asking state government, they are asking local NGOs, they are asking local youth to actually become part of such particular organizations where we are trying or where we are actually trying to protect the species of tigers in the particular these particular states where there are majority of the tigers can be seen. And the particular people, it is launched under the scheme that is known as Bagh Mitra, yani ki tiger friend. So this is also one of the kind of a very good terminology which has been given, that is Bagh Mitra, tiger friend. So this is a kind of a awareness program under this where communities will be involved for the protection of such tigers. Now this is not only the one initiative which has been taken. Other initiatives which are actually taken is Project Dolphin. It is in phase 3, which will going to protect, which will going to the protection on spreading awareness about the Ganges River dolphin and the Indus dolphin. Project Sloth Bear to protect the habitat of sloth bear in the country. वैसे ही sloth bear are at a very less population in our country, so we are working for the protection of sloth bear. And the third, Project Ghadial, that is your, already we have studied and discussed in detail in the current affairs session only what is Ghadial, types of crocodile which are found in India, what is IUCN status. So that's why Project Ghadial is also one of the initiative which you will see under the program and initiative. So these are the other particular initiatives which you will see for the protection of animals. Now Navya, this is very important scheme which you will see currently, and UPSC chances are very high can ask you question here. Navya is one of the initiative under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, and under this Navya scheme, under this particular Navya scheme, they are covering on an average 3,000 approx children, girl children, and they are promoting them in learning of AI. They are working actually on the skill development, or skill development में specifically we are not focusing on कि भैया kitchen के काम, house, sewing and वो सब नहीं. They are actually teaching these kids, these girl child students, and Navya is only for the girl child. Girl मतलब basically for the girls oriented program. They will going to teach them how to use drone, how to work on 6G, how to use how they can actually work on the CCTV surveillance. Matlab in short, AI based and technology based actually learnings or skill development will be given to the girls under your Navya scheme. So this is one of the important scheme which you will see. Nurturing aspirations through vocational training for young adolescents girl. This is the full form of Navya initiative launched under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0. So this is actually the initiative which has been started around 2014. So its 4.0 version has been seen, and Navya is one of the initiative which is part of it. So Navya is under this Navya, this is very important. Train girls from 16 to 18 years under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0. Navya, obviously it's a nurturing girl child for the particular development, but this is what is the age limit? 16 to 18 is the age limit. Then digital marketing, cyber security, AI graphic designing, drone assembly, professional makeup, CCTV, solar installation and more. So everything which you will see here, it is related to technology. Yani ki they are trying to promote more and more girls in the technical or techno savvy. So we can say that Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0 Navya initiative is also fulfilling our aim, that is STEM, science, technology, engineering and maths. So we are making them aware about technology. So you can say that it is part of your STEM initiative as well. So this is also aligning your STEM. So focus on digital marketing, cyber security, AI, graphic design, drone assembly, professional makeup, CCTV, solar panel installations and more, and it is working under, it's a joint initiative of two ministries, Ministry of Skill Development and Ministry of Women and Child Development. So this is the initiative, Navya initiative of two ministries, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship and Ministry of Women and Child Development. So this is the initiative which you will see. Now, this is also the initiative which has been not implemented in every state. Pilot phase mein few states have been covered. Which are the few states that becomes important from examination point of view? So currently 9 districts across 9 states has been taken. Maharashtra, Gujarat, Karnataka, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, MP, Jharkhand and Himachal Pradesh. So these are the 9 states which has been included in your basically this initiative of Navya. So pilot phase mein these particular states are taking part in this initiative, that is Navya initiative. And how many girls? 3,850 girls has been taken part of this, which includes also some part of the northeastern states. But yes, majorly these are the particular states which are actually included or which has been currently pilot phase mein. These are the particular states which are included, and girls will be provided with technical kind of a skill development will be done. So objective is to demand driven training, yani AI digital. Abhi current mein scenario is AI digital. So that's why it is very important that individual should learn such things. Now, holistic development, everything. Holistic matlab all over development of the individual will be there. Skill development, legal awareness, okay. This is also important. Not only skill development will be done, but they will also be taught about the particular SHE Act and POSH Act, yani ki protection of sexual harassment, protection from sexual harassment. If they are working in any place and they are facing the sexual harassment, so they will also be taught about ki bhai what are the legal provisions mentioned in the constitution or mentioned in the legal system, which will going to help you if such kind of harassments you are facing in the workplace or during the skill development program. So this is also one of the important factor which you will see. So along with the digital skill development basically they are also will be going to tell about the health, hygiene, financial literacy, life skill and the legal awareness about the acts which are actually helpful for them. Employment will be provided, entrepreneurship will be provided. If any individual or girl wants to open their own particular centers, then government will going to help under this Navya initiative. Gender inclusive, yani more and more girls inclusion will going to remove the gender gap in the rural areas specifically. Then bridge the education and livelihood skill. Majority of the people, girls specifically, they complete their education, but it is believed that ek baar education hui, inko shaadi kar deni chahiye. So it will also going to reduce such kind of a thinking in the world. That is your bridge the education and livelihood ka jo bhi gap hai, they will going to fill that particular gap in the system. Now, what is Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana? So under this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, they are actually trying to specifically work on the skill development and entrepreneurship, skill promotion of the entrepreneurship, and basically give them vocational training about the different aspects. So this is in short your Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, which came into platform in 2015. So what is the aim of Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana? to promote skill development by offering free short-term training and monetary rewards for youth skill certification. So this is the particular initiative which you will see, which has been given, and they will going to promote the Make in India and a Digital India initiative. So this is the one you will see to enhance the youth employment in the particular system. So this is what aim of your Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Now, I am not reading this part. Abhi you will get the PPT. You just read this part. This is actually about the what are the other objectives which are actually part of this 4.0 initiative. But yes, go through these initiatives. Not under the same things are mentioned ki 5G, AI, green hydrogen, EV. All these particular sectors में individuals will be trained. So this is not related to the Navya scheme, but this is related to how they will going to enrich or they will going to train youngsters under this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0. So please go through this once you will, but please this is very important, just go through this. Now this is a very chotu information. United Arab Emirates introduces sugar tax. Now sugar tax has been imposed basically on the particularly products which includes lot number of high quality of sugar or sorry high quantity of sugar, so that agar kisi bhi aise product pe which is actually containing high quantity of sugar, if more and more tax will be imposed on that, so that it will have a very high cost. So if it will have a very high cost, majority of the people will not prefer buying it, and it will going to directly affect the health of the individual. So it is a kind of a aim or initiative which has been taken by UAE to stop the consumption of basically the sugar, because sugar is one of the thing which is responsible for obesity, which is also responsible to the different kind of a lifestyle diseases like your diabetes and sugar. So that's why sugar tax is one of the initiative which has been taken by UAE to stop the consumption of sweetened product or the products which is actually containing high quality of sugar, so high quantity of sugar. Now this is the initiative not only taken by UAE, but India is also one of the country which has the major tax on the sugar related products. But still the consumption of sugar related products in India is very high, because of which we are actually crossing the mark of worldwide obesity. The number of people who are becoming obese in our country is increasing day by day, and concern for us is specifically the children are becoming obese. So this is also one of the major concern. That's why Pradhan Mantri, that is Prime Minister from different platforms, he actually talks about different initiative, health related initiative to reduce the problem of obesity in the country. So this is one of the article which you will see, that is UAE, that is United Arab Emirates introduces sugar tax. It's a fiscal policy that raises the prices of sweetened beverages through taxation to decrease the excessive sugar consumption and promote healthier lifestyle. So this is the actually particular sugar tax which has been imposed by your UAE. Now क्या UAE एक state है? So answer is no. India has also implemented your sugar tax on the particular different. India is the country with the highest sugar tax. Now this is also one of the very important thing held just yesterday, that is your basically mobile congress. ठीक है, अभी we have studied lot about नव्या में भी we have saw कि भाई किस तरीके से we are working on the AI, we are working on the quantum computing, we are working on the drone and drone related technology. Same this particular conference which has been held yesterday, Prime Minister of India inaugurated the 9th edition of Indian Mobile Congress. Indian Mobile Congress is not something which is talking about mobile. Indian Mobile Congress is a particular initiative which is talking about the use of AI, use of 6G, use of 5G, use of quantum computing. So all the high-tech technologies which we are using currently, the particular Mobile Congress is promoting and actually using the promoting the use and startups and other initiative related to such things. So this is what Indian Mobile Congress is, which 9th edition has been taken place. So Indian Mobile Congress is the Asia largest digital communication and technology exhibition, serving a global platform for showcasing advancement in telecom, IT, media and innovation. So this is the particular about what is Indian Mobile Congress. So it is Asia's largest digital communication, where not only Indian country, not only Indian people and manufacturers and startup people, businessmen, nahin, people from the worldwide, specifically from the Japan, UK, people are coming here to showcase their particular innovations, showcase their technology, and we are going to promote startups and we are going to collab for the investment in different initiatives. So this is what your Indian Mobile Congress is. It brings together government, industry leaders, startups, academia, and to discuss the future technology shaping Indian digital landscape. And it is organized by Department of Telecommunication and Cellular Operator Association of India, that is COAI, under the Ministry of Communication. So Ministry of Communication ka department, that is Department of Telecommunication, and Cellular Operator Association of India, these are the two particular organizations which has hosted this Indian Mobile Congress. So if UPSC asks you, it has been only hosted by the Ministry of Communication, answer is no, it is actually hosted by Ministry of Communication and Cellular Operator Association of India. Theme is basically to innovate and transfer. That's why we have talked about 6G, 5G, AI, quantum computing, semiconductor. So this was actually the aim of this particular Indian Mobile Congress, which has been held, under which they were showcasing the Indian achievement in 5G, 6G, AI, semiconductor and quantum computing. Obviously goal is to, actually we know that कि अभी technology के perspective से we are talking about some high tech technology, but still our position is थोड़ी low. So that's why we are also talking about the collaboration and strengthening the global collaboration, so that more and more development can take place in the worldwide scenario. So that's why aim is to promote research, innovation and more development under the initiative. Now what are the features of such initiative? More than 1.5 lakh visitors, 150 plus countries, 400 plus companies participated in. 600 new cases or new users were there, which were showcasing their AI, smart mobility, cyber security and green technology. In short, the aim of this particular initiative was your showcasing their technology. Now delegations from Japan, UK, Russia, Canada, Austria, Ireland, these are the major participants in this Indian Mobile Congress. So that's why this becomes very important from examination point of view. That's all for today's article. Yes, today's articles were thoda bulky, but yes, they were very important articles to cover. Please make sure you're revising these articles, because these are very important from examination point of view. And we are trying to discuss all the major importance in this particular session. So that's all for today.